everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week I am planning with this PrettyPinkCo kit called Hello Spring. It's in light gold foil and it's got some lovely kind of lilac purple, blue, and pink coloring. Got lots of options for layering, deco, fancy boxes, habit trackers, and the washi is super pretty. It's got the butterfly accents. I also got the full one page of deco, which is a full-size sheet. Super excited about that. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is actually my second re-record, considering that I recorded a voiceover and apparently QuickTime just didn't pick up the audio. I went to listen back to it for editing and it was just static, which is really annoying because it is sometimes nerve-wracking to do these, you know. I don't really write down a script. Sometimes I come with questions, but really just talk off the cuff. So yeah, I was like, I cannot believe this didn't save. Grr. I have to go back and do it again. Anyway, I am here again and talking about my week, which was, I would say, pretty busy until I took Friday off. So I have been in a new job now for almost 2 months. Is it? It's like, I mean, it's legally 8 weeks, but it's not actually like 2 calendar months quite yet. I think I'm like 2 weeks shy of 2 calendar months. Yeah, it has been really, really great. It's really fun. All the people I work with are really fun. It's just a lot of responsibility. It's the largest team I've ever managed. I have a team now of 10, and I think I am just kind of adjusting to a new set of responsibilities, to working with a really high-performing team. At my last job, unfortunately, I did not have a really high-performing team. It's a complicated situation, but it's so nice at this job to be working with researchers who are really great and have a lot of great ideas. And so, yeah, there is a lot of kind of responsibility for me, and I do feel like I really have to step up the plate. I have a kind of time management, I wouldn't say issue right now, but it's definitely something I'm working on, where I am in a lot of meetings every day. And it doesn't leave a lot of time to do actual work. Most of my work as a manager is providing input into strategy, reviewing things on my team, helping them, you know, take their work from good to great, and yeah, thinking about like strategic, you know, focus. And I don't feel like I have a lot of time to kind of sit down and think. A lot of the work that I just described, you know, relies on me having some time to just process and at least, you know, not be in meetings. And so I am working on trying to figure out how to achieve balance with meetings, how to achieve balance between, you know, being present where I need to be present in order to amplify my team's work and provide, you know, input where possible. And also to have time to really be able to sit down and think so I can do my job effectively. So that's something that I'm working on. This past Friday I took off, and it was a little bit unusual in that normally when I take days off of work, I'm just like, I won't check work, but I'm still plugged into my personal email and like my personal kind of contact. This time I was feeling particularly overwhelmed, you know, after a really busy week. So I was like, I'm going to kind of turn off access to my personal email too, which means that I basically just use screen time to put it on mute and say, like, I can't check this, you know, give me a time limit for me checking this app. And I turned the time down to 0 minutes. And it was actually really, really helpful. I know this is probably obvious, but for some reason it didn't quite click with me. But reducing my like access or checking on personal email actually eliminated a lot of my stress. I think not only was work email stressful, but personal email is kind of stressful because it's still another set of demands. It's maybe not as pressing as work, but it's still, you know, people that want things from me. So people email me all the time where asking for a mentorship, asking to get coaching. People write me on LinkedIn asking for referrals to the place that I work currently, or like requests for me to be on podcasts. And I'm not like saying this as a humble brag, like, oh my God, I'm so famous and so busy. But, you know, most of the time, if I can help someone, if someone asks me for help, I want to help them. And so I will oftentimes drop things or put aside my own needs so that I can help them, especially for students who are trying to break into tech. I feel for them because I was once there, and I feel like I've got to, you know, at least do my best to give them a running head start. At the same time, though, this can be really draining. You know, balancing this against a very hectic work schedule is a lot. And I often don't think about it as a lot because I'm like, hey, I'm just doing my job and I'm also like helping people out who deserve it. So I really should just suck it up. But I started to think, because I had to cancel a couple of these mentoring calls on Friday when I was taking the day off, I was like, this person's going to be really disappointed. You know, we're going to have to reschedule for next week. And I don't know how they're going to feel about this. Are they going to be okay? Are they going to be worried, etc.? And then it was like, well, why are these person's feelings more important than my needs? That was like a very serious and kind of hard question I had to ask myself. Because it's like, I get that this person may be disappointed that they weren't able to meet with me on Friday. That's not to say they won't ever get to meet with me. We have to reschedule. But why is what this person wants more important than what I need, which is rest and time away from my phone? And that was a really hard question for me. I was like, you know, look at what you're doing. You are prioritizing other people's feelings over your feelings. And again, your like very obvious and kind of basic needs. So that's something I'm going to be thinking more about and thinking more about the ways that that shows up in my life. I know that I am a recovering people pleaser because, you know, I really like to help people. And I also want people to be happy and the people in my life to feel, you know, safe and taken care of and loved. And sometimes that means overextending myself. Sometimes that means not taking care of me, you know. And I think my kind of reflexive action is, oh, I'll just figure out myself later. You know, I'll just rest later. I'll just take time for myself later. But I'm like, what you want is important too, you know? What you need is really important as well, and is more important than, you know, someone having to change their meeting from Friday to Monday. Like, and again, I think it seems really obvious to a lot of people, but this is a thing that's really hard for me. So something that I'm keeping an eye on and working on. So Friday was really I'm going to treat me day. You know, I went to therapy and then I got my hair done. And I also got my eyebrows done. The eyebrows was low-key not as much of a treat because I get my eyebrows threaded. And I don't know if anyone here gets their eyebrows threaded versus waxed or another kind of way, but the threading hurts. It stings bad. Yeah, there have been a couple of times that I've gone in there and it's hurt so bad that my eyes start watering or I start shivering. It's usually because I haven't gone in a while and there's a lot of like hair to trim or thin out. And that was the case this time because I hadn't been in about 4 weeks, I think, maybe a little more. And it stung. It stung so bad that when I was done, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get some ice cream. That hurt so much. I deserve an extra treat for going through that. Now, granted, I thought my eyebrows looked great afterwards, and I was really happy with them. But to get there, it was like, oh my gosh, this is brutal. So I went and got a hot fudge sundae from McDonald's afterwards, which was delicious. And I was sitting eating it because I went through the drive-thru. I was sitting eating it in my car, and I was like, why can't every day have this level of ease and relaxation? Like, I felt very relaxed, you know, eyebrow pain aside, and very like low stress. I was thinking about, you know, why can't I incorporate some of this even not on my days off? So yeah, that's something for me to really kind of meditate on and think about. And then after I had the sundae, I came home and took a shower and had a nice long nap, and it was glorious. I was just, you know, I felt so kind of refreshed and at ease. And I would say I'm rolling into the weekend feeling more refreshed than I ever have. Usually the way weeks go is that Friday is just like, Friday and really most of Saturday is just a recovery day. I'm just like recovering from work. Meaning like I am so tired that I can shower and get food, maybe make something for myself, but that's really about it. I'm just like chained to the couch and I can't move. I'm so, I'm just like recuperating. And then by the time Sunday rolls around, you got to do that stuff that helps you prepare for the following week, like laundry, like cleaning my apartment. So I don't feel like I get a rejuvenative kind of rest. But having had Friday off, again, I feel like the weekend I can actually enjoy it, Friday was my like rest day, my recovery day. So yeah, I'm thinking about, ways that I can bring more of this to my day and ways that I can claim more space for just kind of thinking and, not being kind of in meetings all the time. Because I find meetings quite draining as an introvert. And I know that they're necessary. They're inescapable. They're an inescapable part of work. But just balance. I think that is the key. Right now, I feel I'm out of balance. It's also funny, as a manager, I feel like I never used to have meetings on Friday afternoons as an IC or individual contributor. But now as a manager, like I am working in the afternoon on Fridays. That seems really okay, I know my privilege is showing here, but I feel like at least in almost all of my years of tech, not managing, I was able to knock off work on Friday at 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock. At the absolute 3 o'clock was late. These days, I'm in meetings till like 4:30 on a Friday, which is just, it's so different. So yeah, trying to figure out again, how to bring more balance to life so that I can be more stress-free and happier. Anyway, that is the end of the spread. I hope the recording worked this time, and I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend. And if you know any time management strategies for meetings, let me know. I will see you all next time. Bye.